True Realization. Heaven Letter number 4890. April 15, 2014. What is the difference between love and truth? This is a very wise question I ask. I go so far as to say that love is the only truth. All the rest that life in the world occupies is a matter of fiction, not fact, even as it seems to be fact. The whole uproar on earth is play. It is make-believe. It is let's pretend. And how very well my children pretend. They may pretend love away, and think that life is futile. Futile and illusion are not quite the same. One reason life seems futile to you is that it is ongoing. Even in distress, you have an idea of the continuity of life. Because there is no end to life, doesn't mean it is futile. Life is purposeful. Even when life does not seem purposeful, it is purposed. Life is like a proposal. It is proposed in the vastness of eternity. The proposed is displayed on earth. There is no end to the story. It is popularly believed that the story ends with death, and, yet, that is the farthest from the truth. Indeed, there are times when life does feel very unreal to you. How close you are to true realization then. And, so, life is a supposition. You suppose it. You suppose that life is this way or that way. You have your suppositions. Meanwhile, life is mostly real enough for you, even as you recognize that you can hardly let it sink in, this fantastic story you live. Who can fathom that he is changing every moment, and that the baby becomes an old man and life in the world goes on no matter what, no matter feast or famine, yet there is no famine when it comes to life because life always gets its steam up and rides the rails through the town. Hooray to life! It is a fertile field everywhere, even in a desert. Life surmounts itself. It is greater than you think, even as it is nothing at all but a display, sometimes like still life, and sometimes like fireworks. Life on earth can be anything it wants to be, even as life on earth is a made-up thing. Life is sometimes like a poor man's porridge you sit down to. Sometimes it is a puzzle you work on. Sometimes it is a banquet. It is always a game, beloveds. Endless is eternity, yet there is a different kind of endless you go through on earth. You call indeterminable endless while it is you who is endless. Old man time does not really exist. He is a fraud, sometimes delightful and sometimes agonizing. Nevertheless, there is a return to the solvency of true life, which is love. Your attention returns to where there are no clocks, and batteries are not needed. There are no stores that love comes from, unless you consider that love comes from a store called the heart. There is eternity, yet no storage. And yet there is infinity, an infinity of infinity. Vastness is not the straight and narrow. It is vast. Vastness is as vast as love, as far-reaching as love, as close as love. What could be closer than love? It may seem that love plays peek-a-boo, yet love is ever-present, omnipresent as this so-called moment in which we commune right now. This is a never-ending moment, this moment of us. Where does time go? It goes nowhere. It is nothing. It is like a sales campaign, and it does very well. Time is a surmise that gains a great following. Everyone on earth has his nose to the grindstone of time, and the adventure named life continues on its way and reaches the timelessness of heaven, where everyone has always been through it all anyway. Pass go, and you will hear me say, welcome. Channeled by Gloria Wendroff. heavenletters.org